Well, hello to all our pool fans joining us from around the globe. Welcome to day 9 of the 2025 Epbf Predator European Pool Championships. We are in the first day of the men's 9-ball discipline. The match being brought to you right now is between Jere of Finland, and he takes on Sanjin from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm Gethin Davis, and joining me in the booth today, fresh from this table in the last match, is my good friend Graham Hickman. Welcome, Graham.
Thanks, Gethin. Hello, everyone. Yes, 9-ball starts today. Exciting. We've already had some drama this morning. I was on some early matches. We've had 8-7s. Some crazy stuff happening. But yes, as you mentioned, I was on the previous match. Ouschan coming in comfortably against João Grillo from Portugal, 8-4. But this match will be an interesting one for a few reasons, Gethin. I was having a look at Jere and how he's been performing in these European Championships, and I have to say, in terms of consistency, it's pretty good. He's been last 16 in 10-ball, last 16 in straight pool, and last 16 in the 8-ball. So I'm feeling deep down he wants to go one better in the 9-ball, see if he can get towards fighting for a medal. That's what he'd be looking for. He does have a bronze medal there from a 9-ball a few years back in 2021, so he's definitely been at the business end of a tournament. And obviously Sanjin, we know him very well. Multiple medals across European Championships, gold, silver, bronze. Very dangerous indeed. So this will be an interesting match, Gethin, I think.
I have to agree with you, and Sanjin does come off the back of making the quarterfinals in the men's 8-ball earlier in the week. So he will be feeling a bit of form, and he does have a little bit of TV table time under his belt as well. But it looks like Jere has got off to a great start.
Yeah, good first opening break here. Balls are pretty nice. Needs to just manage this a little bit carefully. He's trying to play a bump, plays it well, but he might have to force this forward off a couple of rails, Gethin. I don't think he's got much angle to come back. He might have to punch this with a bit of power. Try and get the cue ball to the middle of the table.
Just misses the 8-ball, Graham. Lovely.
Perfect. What a shot. You mentioned Sanjin there, Gethin. Yeah, obviously coming off quarterfinals in the 10-ball. He actually lost to Luca Menne 8-7 on the hill decider. And for some reason, Sanjin seems to be bringing the drama, because in his quarterfinal match, sorry, the last 64 in the 10-ball, he lost to Luca Menne. My apologies. He lost that 8-7. But then in the 8-ball quarterfinal, you just touched on, he lost to Mark Maggi from Estonia, 8-7. Oh, goodness me. What a miscue there. Stopped me in my tracks.
Absolutely.
A strange one, and what a mistake to make. Yes, Sanjin, so he lost 8-7 to Mark Maggi in the quarterfinals of the 8-ball. But he did beat, in the last 16, another Estonian player we all know very well, Dennis Graber. And what was the score there, do you think, Gethin, when he beat Dennis in the last 16? 8-7.
I was going to say Hill. And I do remember,
yeah,
I do remember Sanjin's game against Mark Maggi. We were commentating on another table, and the Estonian fans were really egging him on, which would have given Sanjin a real tough time.
Yeah, so Sanjin has already had a little bit of scars in this tournament. When you get to Hill, it's nice to win them ones. Obviously tough to lose, but he'd be quite happy to pick up the pieces here.
Yes, and he takes that first rack against the break, and might be just worth pointing out now that we have alternate break format, and currently rack your own. And I do like the alternate break format, Graham, and with an early break, it'll be interesting to see what Sanjin can do with his turn at break. Have you been noticing anything in particular with cut breaks or certain patterns you've been finding that have been working well on the TV tables today, Graham?
Yeah, I think power, when I say power, a good solid hit is what I've seen most common. I'm not really seeing many soft breaks because there is a 3-point system in place, meaning the players do need to make 3 points. So you'll probably not see that many soft breaks. What I mean by 3 points is every ball that you pocket counts as 1 point, and every ball that goes above the break line or the head string is also counts as 1 point. So this is a perfect example. As you see the table layout, he potted a ball in the side and there is balls above the head string, so he's made more than enough points. He actually potted 2 balls, so it makes it even easier. So yeah, if you don't make the points, then it does come into an illegal break. So to your question, Gethin, yeah, I'm feeling it's a lot more of a good solid hits, going for that wing ball from the side break, trying to get the one in the center pocket as well. So nothing fancy, just steady away.
I think so far for me, through the earlier matches, I've only seen 2 foul breaks, and both of them catching us aware in the commentating booth.
Yeah, the players will be observing closely. I've seen some crazy breaks of 3 and 4 balls. I do think as the tournament goes on and we see a lot more 9-ball, you always get that crazy break where someone drops 5 balls or something like that. But I've seen a few 4-ball breaks, which is so impressive to see. When you break and you leave something like this left, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, Mark and I, in our earlier match, we were watching the German Stefan Kasper. He potted his opponent potted 4 off the break and left himself no shot and failed to win, and in the next rack he made a golden break. Before you knew it, he was 2-0, or at least 2 racks up. And it's funny how it can go with these breaks right now.
Yeah, and as you said, the alternate breaks definitely plays a big part. If you can somehow get a little bit of a lead, just means that you have a little bit of your breaks to rely on to try and keep control of a match. And I do like it, because then it feels that the player who kind of plays the most solid has a chance to continue. That winner break can be a little bit brutal sometimes, where the balls just turn on you and you could sit down for 4, 5, 6 racks. So I do like alternate break. It's probably the fairest way, in all honesty, to have a breaking format. Lovely view of the arena there, Gethin, just on the other table. Table 2, we have another winners qualification match. Jose Alberto Delgado from Spain is taking on Max Benko from Slovenia. And Benko was somebody who put Jere Veteranta out of the 8-ball yesterday in the last 16, so he's going well and having some good tournament also. Speaking of illegal breaks, Gethin, I think that will be one.
I do. Has anyone noticed?
Yeah, I sat back down.
Yeah.
Because he did put the 1 ball in the side, so as you can see there, he potted the 1, but no balls have reached the head string. Maybe the 8-ball, but that's not enough. He needs 3 points. It was one of those breaks where the balls just seemed to click back and hit each other and stop them from travelling so much. So it wasn't a bad break per se, just a bit unfortunate the way the balls collided. That's not what he played though.
No, it's not. And he's left himself a very tricky 3 here. I don't know if there was merit in the bank shot or even if it's on, but it could bring the cue ball down towards the 4-ball.
Yeah, it's a good call. If the bank is on, it's not a bad idea to go for it with a little bit of safety in mind. I think he can get his cue through not too bad, at least to the centre of the ball anyway. good call, Geth. Oh, where's the cue ball though? He is scratched. Oh wow, it just caught the point. I think he's hooked. That's incredible.
Oh, that is incredible, Graham. It looked forever and a day as a scratch. He does have the ball in hand, but if he's hooked, he's in trouble.
Yeah, maybe he's not. Maybe it was deceiving us. Looked like he was just on the left side of the pocket. No, he can pot it. Wow. So what a bank. What a reprieve there, not to scratch. So great chance here to take a 3-0 lead, Gethin.
Yes, I do like Sanjin's aggressive nature. We've seen this before over the past few days. And it will certainly make Jere ask a couple of questions.
Well, this is a quick fire start.
Yeah, I think if you'd have asked Sanjin if he'd have taken this with a 2-0 lead, he would have had your arm off. In the alternate format, this becomes a very strong position so early on.
Yeah, and it makes us go back to that 7 ball that Jere kind of miscued on. Hope he didn't damage his cue, but it didn't look like too much of a crazy miscue. But it could come back to cost him, because it's been one-way traffic at the moment. Sanjin lining himself up with his routine for a straightforward 9 and a 3-0 lead.
And early warning signs for Jere. He gets out of his chair to help get the balls out for Sanjin, but you can't help but think he's going to need to start finding a little fortune and form. So 3-0 deficit for Jere, and Sanjin will be breaking to try and look and push this to 4.
Yeah, so he's looking for the 2 ball in the bottom left pocket and the 1 ball in the side, on the right side of the table as you see it. Doesn't get either. Does he get a lucky ball? No, but look at this. I think he might be hooked here. Potentially, if he can see an edge, maybe we'll see from the main table view if he can actually see the 1. Well, there you see it. I think he can get a little bit. He could bend it with control. If he can see half of the 1 ball, this is not too bad for a safety shot. He could just use the 6 ball as a kind of a stopping ball for the cue ball and maybe send the 1 ball over to the left side where the 4 is. But look, maybe you can pot this and come around for the 2.
It looked like he was aiming for that.
Wow, I think he maybe did, you know, or maybe he didn't. Either way, he's left a gap here. I don't know if he can pot it down a bit.
No, I think you're right, Graham. He may have a little chance at another bank, and he certainly made sure of the last one. I think the 2 passes past the 9 as well, so he could stun up off this bank shot. The 1 pocket fans will be, and the bank pool fans will be enjoying this.
I think he thought he could cut it in, and he's made a bit of a mess of it, really. Went into the 2, caught the 1 way too fat. And that was a little bit of a chance there, half chance. Wasn't a clean cut chance for sure, but yeah, I'd be very happy to come back to the table. Bit of work to do from this 1 ball. I think it goes past the 3 in the top left, but he might try for a position shot off 3 rails here. Play the 2 in the same pocket. That's what he's trying. He's not there though, Gethin. Short. I don't think he's on it in the side. No.
If it is, it's a very, very thin cut. However, it looks quite natural to come round off 2 or 3 rails for this 3 ball, so he might He might have a little go at this, and there could be the added element of the 6 ball blocking it if it were to stay down there, but it's a tough shot at 3-0 down. Let's see what Jere does.
Yeah, I'd probably try and roll up to the 9 or something and get some cover. He's gone for the bank. Wow, must have just went past the 8 ball, so fair play. That was a great shot. Much more easier to control for the 3. Huge bank. Nicely done.
Yes, and that's 1 apiece in the bank department now for these players. Very aggressive stuff, Graham.
Yeah, and he needs this. I like the attacking play. He did have a safety option. He had a few things he could have done. He could have ran away, separate the balls. But he looks like he's an attacking player. And I do like to see that, especially in 9 ball. Attacking the rack. 3 reels here. Would love to be a bit closer to the 6. How's the angle? There's a bit of a stroke on this. Maybe a deep stroke. Big draw stroke here coming up table. There's a cue ball. Ooh, just gets past there.
That's worked quite nicely for him. And there you have it, Graham. Jere has a very, very good chance of putting his first rack on the board.
Yeah, he needed that.
He did indeed, and I'm just having a look at the other scores that are playing in the winners' qualification here, and his countryman Kasper Matikainen appears to have got off to a good start, beating Hilna Steffensen by 4-1 at the moment, and I can tell you that looks like it's going to be an exciting match. I'm just wondering how close that table is to him, if they're able to just see each other playing at the moment. But I'm aware there's a big digital scoreboard in there, so all the local fans are able to keep up to date with the scores of their countrymen and also all the other tables. Jere looking for something here, Graham.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it. He does have an edge of the 1. Good chance to get a good safety here. He could even go for kind of a cross bank in the top left pocket here, with the 2 ball being down the table. He could play this cross bank into the left pocket with a little bit of top right running side. Try and get that cue ball right down to this bottom end of the table. If it goes, he'll have a good safety on the 2 if he doesn't have a shot. It's worth this, worth the risk here, I think. Get some cover. Yeah, so he didn't bother with the cross bank, but he had the good line anyway. Jump shot could be coming here, get in.
Yeah, and that's a tricky jump shot. It's not too much distance between the cue ball and the 7 ball there, so we should see a nice little bit of air. I've seen some great jump shots already today. Predator are going to be busy with the highlight reel, I'm sure. Will this be another one, Graham? Ooh. He was close, and he's kept a good cue ball down there. Look, how do you fancy your chances?
Yeah, second prize. Because he caught it so full, cue ball kind of stayed up there. He does have a 2 reel kick shot here.
I'm just looking from this.
Sorry, Geth, I was going to say catch the edge of the 1 on the left hand side. 2 reels and just flick the 1. Try and bring the cue ball up back towards the 3 could be an option, rather than trying to hit the 1 full in the face.
He did exactly as you suggested, Graham. How has he turned out with that? The one ball has come out quite a distance.
Yeah, but as you say, that 2 ball is a bit of a mess. I don't think he's got an angle here. I mean, he possibly could pot the 1, go into the 8 ball on the left side, follow through and kind of open up the 2, but that's really aggressive. Maybe he might just pot this and play safe. No, he's not even going for the pot, he's just playing safe.
Oh, he's inspecting the finish. How far has that 1 ball come up? Can we tell from his language? Yeah.
Yeah, I think his body language told that he had left it. And he has left a bit of an angle. If Jere wants to be attacking here, Gethin, of course it's aggressive. And we have seen him be aggressive. Might be worth it.
Can I just throw a little one out there, especially to the viewers at home? I haven't had the pleasure of looking at the chat yet, but I saw a shot yesterday, a similar shot where the 2 cannoned the 9 up into the corner pocket, and I'm just wondering if that looks like a bank on the 9 into the corner pocket, but he's gone for them. Great shot. I'm not too sure he's come out very well, though.
No, I like the way he played it, though, because he knew he couldn't go crazy pace. Just in case he missed it, he would have been hooked. So he played it in kind of a controlled way, thinking, well, if I don't get on the 2, at least I might open it and have a safety shot, and that's kind of what's happened. I don't think he can pot it, but he does have a good chance for a hook here. Maybe try and get right up the backside of that 7. Oh, he's going to split the balls even, so only risk of this one is that you do leave a 1 rail kick or a jump shot. He could have also went up behind the 7 and tried to really lock him up behind that 7.
Yeah, and at this level, especially with the way these players can jump and read the angles, locking balls up as part of your safety strategy can really increase your chances.
Yeah, I agree, and I just think the level of this game now, sometimes you just have to play that kind of shot, but you have to keep all things in mind. The kicking is so good now, and the jump shots can be equally deadly, so it's not just as simple as covering a ball and hooking somebody. You've got to take that into consideration, on some shots at least. But he has got the advantage. Full credit. Was a little bit of a, loose safety shot, but Sanjin did leave a shot. And yeah, I did go for it, and full credit because he went to open the 2 ball.
Looks quite straightforward from here. If he can get good shape on this 7. This would be a good response, Graham, from Jere. Taking a 3-0 deficit quickly, turning it round to 3-2 would be the best response he could have come up with.
Yeah, definitely. It was very much one-way traffic from 3-0, and it looked like Sanjin was going to push on even further, but wasn't meant to be. But I think a 3-2, yeah, will go back to his chair, feeling a lot better than he did a short moment ago. He's right back in this match.
That he is, Graham. And we could be in for another thriller, even from this early stage, and we have been blessed today so far, and we haven't seen so much 9-ball so far in this tournament, as we had a sneak peek with the teams, but this is day 1 of the 9-ball event. But so far today, even if it's been close or on the hill, they've both been very exciting. And one of the things I would agree with you, it's come down to the break, and in the main, I think it's the players that are hitting it harder are getting the better reward. And Sanjin can hit them hard.
Yeah, he's going to have a result here. That was a good break. That's the kind of break that you need. Nice open table. Shot on the 2.
He potted one there, Graham, so I did see the 4 and the 5 go past the head string, making it a legal break. Obviously, if he'd have potted one more, he'd have only needed one ball to go past the head string.
Yeah, it was good, and I'm sure the players are all aware of it. Oh, what's he done here? Oh, I didn't see that shot, Gethin. Didn't think he would have played in between the 9 and the 7, but I don't think that's obviously not what he played. That's why he's pointing on the table. That's where he wanted to be. A little bit of fortune there. We just need to capitalise. Come back across for the 4 on the top left. Centre table should be fine. How's the pace? He went a little bit higher than he thought there, but you might have to play the 5 in the same pocket as the 4 here, Gethin, I think.
Yeah, he's likely just to add a trace of right-hand side just to hold it down there. But I think that lends itself quite well for him finding shape on the 6 if he is to get there. Maybe a little straighter than he'd imagined.
Yeah, if he's perfectly straight, that's a little bit of a nightmare, because he's now going to have to play either a roll through and take a longer 6. Maybe he can punch it off 2 rails. Might just have a little bit of run through angle. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a little bit, but he does have to take a longer 6. I wonder what the angle's like to stun over for the 7 in the side. So that's a good angle there. So you can see if he just pots the 6 and just bumps this over a little bit to the side, you'll have a 7 in the middle, Gethin, and then the 8 ball's waiting quite nice for the 9 in the middle.
Oh, and he's used all the pocket there, Graham.
Just doing a little dance, wasn't it? It went in.
But he's just the right side now of the 7 to screw the cue ball back and make light work of these 2 remaining balls. And that's actually not a bad response from Sanjin, considering Jere was starting to build a little comeback there. So very important for Sanjin to snuff that out, Graham.
Yeah, great response. Thumps that 9 ball in with authority. It's kind of a way to get his adrenaline going. It's interesting. Always find that amazing when players have a pretty straightforward 9. One of the Dutch guys, Mark Bijsterbosch, well known on the circuit. I've seen him do it a few times. If you land quite straight on the 9, he pumps it in 100 miles an hour. It's a very strange thing, but just to get your kind of arm going. Yeah, everyone likes to do their own thing. Just always find it interesting when someone fires a 9 ball in so fast when it's such a straightforward pot.
A bit of authority.
Yeah, like stamping the authority on that 9 ball, like the 9 ball's done something wrong. You know, it's just sitting there waiting to be potted. Takes it out on the 9. Another great break. I tell you, we're in for a treat if the guys are breaking this well. This could be quite an interesting moment, quite an interesting part of the match, because it feels like both players have found a little bit of a break, and the balls are opening quite nice. Big shot here. This is not a gimme. Probably have to go 2 rails inside the black and 7, maybe Gethin, if he wants to come round for the 4.
Oh, he got a nice little favourable bump on the 7, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's because he kind of fatted the 7 in the pocket, didn't he? Nearly rattled it, so he didn't get the full angle he was hoping for. This might have to be another bit of a shot here and draw back kind of towards the 8 ball. I'm wondering if that's the way he's going to go. Big draw stroke. That 8 ball is there, so he needs to avoid it. And he hasn't even avoided the 7 ball, so that's a bit of a mistake. I think he's hooked.
Yep, that 9 is looking rather large in front of the 5. I'm just looking at some of the other games going on, and I've just realised that there's 2 of Jere's fellow countrymen playing in the winners' qualification at the moment. The game between Kasper Matikainen and Hilna Stephensen. Well, Kasper's up 7-1. And in the same vein, Petri Mäkinen is 7-2 up on Marco Palmieri. So the other two Finnish players, one rack from getting to the hill, and no such luck for Jere here.
Yeah, kind of self-inflicted, unfortunately, but it couldn't have worked out any worse because he's opened the balls up quite okay. And pretty straightforward chance to get in here for Sanjin. Yeah, you mentioned Petri there, Gethin. I commentated on Petri's match just a short moment ago against Roman Hibla. He won that match 8-7, but which was again a crazy match because I didn't expect Petri to come back. He was 8-4 down or something and was going all the way of Roman, but for about a 10-15 minute spell everything just flipped and the breaks went fantastic and he ended up winning with a break and run. Bit of a blow for Roman, that one, especially after losing in the teams match, also 9-ball match that Carl Naderberg came back from Estonia and beat him in that one. He was 5-0 up in that. Crazy times.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Sanjin here is going to respond to Jere's 2-rack run with a 2-rack run of his own, and he brings his lead back to the magic number of 2. Oh, I do apologize, to 3, and it's 5-2. So the break's proving pivotal at the moment, and you just mentioned Petri making a break and run to win. It would be very interesting to see if Sanjin can break and run here, and I think a 4-rack lead is going to really start asking some questions, so let's see how Sanjin breaks here.
Wing ball trend continues. 2 balls going to dress up over the middle pocket here. Maybe not. Looks a bit thin. Not sure if he can cut this 2 ball in. It's very, very thin indeed. If he does, he could be going into that 7 ball. Maybe it might help him hold a little bit. Does it go in the bottom right, Gethin? If it does, that's a great chance.
Well, if it does, it's very tight.
Didn't even look at it.
And that is very stuck, Graham. I don't think he can come down the long side at all, so he's going to be looking at a 2-cushion escape here. However, there's a bit of traffic around the 2, so there's a good chance that he could get this cue ball safe.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he can try to go 3 rails here. Try and catch the 2 from behind, send it towards the middle pocket would be great. Keep the cue ball where it is. Not easy at all. That's what he's tried. Is he going to get a rail? He is. Oh, what a roll. Goodness me. Sanjin will be fuming. It's a pretty good hit. He hit it okay, but yeah, to be completely hooked like that, it's a bit of a blow. He's going to have to find something. If he goes this way, sending the 2 ball up into that space of the table. Not much cover. I wouldn't be surprised he plays this hard.
He did. Where's the 2 ball going to sit up? Ooh, right on the 9 ball, but fortunately for Sanjin, not in a combination position, so what can he do here, Graham? And if he hits that 2 ball full in the face, will it come over to this corner pocket? Maybe he...
Yeah, he's probably got a couple of options. I think he could play a very slow, thin edge, play off the right side of the 2. The 2 won't move much. He could put the cue ball over to the right side of the table next to the 7. Sorry, next to the 6, apologies. That might be the easiest route for safety. Just play off the edge. Oh, he's tried that way. Where's the 9 ball going though?
Oh! Well, great cue ball. And if he'd have got
Yeah,
the Brucey bonus with the 9.
Yeah, and that was I was going to go second shot, would have been along those kind of lines. Wasn't sure if he could have held it like he did, but he played a fantastic shot there. Very creative.
Just a quick result in hot off the press, Graham. Germany's Felix Vogel has already turned in a 9-1 victory over Maj Badivanovic. Oof, that's a quick race over on one of the other tables here.
Yeah, rumour has it he had lunch reservations, so his teammate said you need to be quick. So I think he delivered. No, jokes aside, well done, Felix Vogel. What a player. Very dangerous. Someone to watch for this 9-ball event, absolutely. Great kick there by Sanjin, though, Gethin. Judged it perfection.
Yeah, and you just heard the referee call time. These players are on the shot clock and have one extension each per rack. Has he got out of that, Graham? I think he's covered half of that 2-ball, the half which he needed to see to put it into the centre pocket. Ooh.
Yeah, he does have an edge. Not sure how much he can do with controlling that cue ball. There is the 9, the 3 and the 7 around that area. He could try to get some cover. He's going straight for the jump. So I think because the 7 is making it a big pocket, Gethin might be going for the side here. Oh wow, be a bit disappointed that didn't go in, just because he overcut it ever so slightly. If he hit that thick, it was in all day off the 7.
Yeah, you're right there, Graham. And in playing that shot, Sanjin has just pushed that 2-ball past the middle pocket, and it's quite a precarious spot there. Will Jere look to just glance off the left-hand side, or do you think he sees the pot?
Probably. The glance is a tough one. He's tried for the bank with an element of safety. He might get it. Not the way he played it, but he'll take it.
That's a couple of runs of the ball for Jere there. It looks like Sanjin really needs to get a grip on some position play here, or on a very good safety, because it just seems that Jere's getting the run of the balls in the last few shots. Can he see enough of this to play a safe, or is he forced into cutting this?
No, I think he's going to push it on the left side of the rail and try and come up table. Oh, he tried to get behind the 6-ball there. Didn't really work out. That was quite tough from that angle, I think. Maybe didn't have much option. He could have went for a thin edge and tried to bring it up towards the 7 area, but didn't want to flirt with a scratch, or even... He's not even watching the game at the minute. He's looking over the other side of the table. Interesting. This is much more makeable if he wants to be aggressive. Oh, he's overcut it. That was a half chance. He was trying to play it thin enough, Gethin, to bring the cue ball back up table for the 3 in the side.
Yeah, he did do that, Graham, but at the sacrifice of the pot, it seems.
Yeah, do you go for the bank here and draw it back, or do you go for the thin cut? Options. I think the bank was a good call. It was on. Yeah, good shot.
And he's got just straight enough onto this 3 for the cue ball not to do too much. And as long as he doesn't put that 9-ball in the way of his stroke, he could leave himself in good shape on this 4. This is looking like a nice position now, Graham.
Yeah, he landed really nice on that 3-ball, didn't he? So, and because the 5 doesn't really go in the top right, other than a combo, you can just bring this cue ball above the 9 or below, probably above. Just doesn't want to be on the rail though. Could do with a bounce. If he's perfectly straight, that's not ideal. think he can just force it round. And with the 7 being over the corner, Gethin, as long as he gets it kind of around just outside the break line, should be okay.
Yeah, it's never ideal when you're against the cushion. It just adds a little bit of complexity to the shot, or even reduces your options for position. But you did fancy him there. How has he left it?
He still needs to come with a shot. 9 ball's kind of blocking the line if he was to play it soft, so he needs to put a little bit on this. Try and make sure, as long as he gets past the 9 line, or the 9 area, he should be okay. The 7's pretty close to the corner pocket, so yeah, he punch it in, get past the 9, and then he's coming back, as he's seen with his cue there, for the 9 in the side.
Well, Graham, this to take a 4-rack lead. Race to 9 in this men's 9 ball. Very good signs for Sanjin, Graham.
Yeah, great. Capitalise on a mistake there a little bit. I have to feel Jere had a bit of a chance. Wasn't easy, but it was very makeable for someone of his standard. Players just taking a short time out, it looks here. Just give you a quick update on the other table. Jose Alberto Delgado was 5-0 up, I believe. He's now 5-2 against Max Benko.
I'm just, Graham, having a look at Jere's compatriots, and it looks like both Kasper Matikainen and Petri Mäkinen are on the hill. More importantly, the local, Dennis Graber, is being held at a 6-6 thriller. So, a lot of games still going on out there, Graham. Is there any that are tickling your fancy?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's 28 tables in action here, men's and women's, and the under-23 is also underway as well. So plenty of matches. You can all check them on the website, epbf.com website. If you want to go keep it simple, /livescores, and then you can get everything that is bubbling across all the different categories as we see it. Good match going on there. Michael Schneider against Mateusz Snegocki. Snegocki's been playing very well. He's 5-3 up in that match, but I do think the Dennis Graber match 6-6 is a one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, if we start hearing some noises and some cheers in the background, you could expect there to be some fireworks on there. And this is a lovely view of the Kalevi Hall. You mentioned, Graham, there's 28 tables. They've got the Predator Arc tables there, and we're now up to day 9. How do you think the tables will be different from when they first came in? Because I have to say, they look just as good as the first day when we came in. Obviously, they're doing a great job looking after them, but will they play differently, Graham?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely from day one, because when they're brand new, if I can use brand twice, they haven't been touched, so the cloth is very slick. There's no hand marks, no chalk, no nothing. The elements haven't really taken any effect on the table. That's why they play a little bit more generous and maybe a little bit more slidey and a bit more slick on certain positions. You still see a little bit of that now, but it is a bit better for control for the players. Pockets can play a little bit tighter, and I think as we continue through to Tuesday, when we close off the 9-ball and team events, I think the tables will still be playing fantastic. And let's not forget, Gethin, we have 1 day break on Wednesday, and then we're straight back at it for the Euro Tour here in Estonia. Same venue, same location, and that will be an 8-ball event. So it's nice for the players to have a bit of an 8-ball already under their belts, if you like, through the European Championships, and teams be setting everybody up nicely for the Euro Tour. I think be exciting to see an 8-ball one.
Yeah, I do like the Euro Tour, and especially when it's an 8-ball. I find from the booth there's a lot more to talk about and to speculate on with 8-ball, and it does make it exciting. That doesn't take anything away from the excitement of 9-ball. And I just wanted to mention, Graham, someone to keep an eye on who's been having a quietly good tournament is the Polish player Konrad Jasmine, if I've said that correctly, and he is on the hill against Robin Peterson, and he might be a little one to keep an eye out for as well. He's been playing very strongly throughout the tournament. I think the Poles have been having a good tournament full stop. So, yeah, epbf.com for the scores.
Yeah, Conrad, definitely one to watch. I've done a few of his matches already, his championships, and he's already got 1 gold medal getting. He won the 10 ball, so for sure he's looking to build on that in the 9 ball.
It would be great to pick up 2 pieces of silverware here in such a tough field. I feel he's going to be up against it, as is both Jere and Sanjin in this match. However, your feelings on 6-2? I know when I've been speaking with our colleague Tim de Ruyter in the booth, he seems to feel with the alternate break that a 4-rack lead could be a magic number and can really put the pressure on the opponent. I'm sure Jere won't be feeling that yet, but it's just interesting. 6-2, race to 9. Does it give Jere enough opportunities or not? Will Sanjin give him enough opportunities or not? I'm not too sure as yet. However, anything can happen in 9 ball, Graham.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what you said about the 4 racks, it kind of gives you two breaking opportunities, if you like. Two bats at your own serve. So yeah, 4 racks is probably a good call by Tim. It just means you've got like a double chance to keep the person at bay. Oh, what a great break. 1 didn't go, but where's it going to finish? Oh, can he cut this in? 2 ball doesn't go on the left. Position to get on the 2 is a little bit iffy. I think you can pot this one. It's thin. Don't think the scratch is on. So this will require, you might even have to play for some kind of 2-8 combo maybe, if you can't get up table. That's what he's looking at.
Yeah, that 1 ball has just come past the halfway line and it is thin. Does that 4 ball play anything? No.
I think he's playing it with check side to try and come back up table. Oh, he done well to catch it that thin. He actually caught it a little bit too thin. I think he was a little bit conscious of the bank maybe in his mind, so he was deliberately trying to hit it as thin as possible to avoid that.
Well, if anything, he's on the right side of the 2 if he wanted to go for it in the corner. It certainly looks from our great overhead camera here that it passes the 7. And if anything, the 8 does stop the scratch. So I'm sure he will.
I think he might try to hide the cue ball behind the 8 here.
Oh, great.
This looks very good. Yeah, I just think it was a bit risky to take that cut on when he had such a nice line to get some cover. No need to push the boat out too far. 6-2. He is down, of course, but he's very much not out of this match yet.
No, and this isn't the easiest of escapes, being so close to the 8.
That's a good hit though. Does he get any rewards? No. Could be in a little bit more trouble again here. I don't think the bank looks like it could work. I mean, he could power the bank in with topspin, trying it on the 4. He has already taken 1 bank, but I do like the safety here behind the 9 and the 6. Yeah, this looks good. That cube 2 ball going a bit further. Yeah, this is a tough one because I think the 4 ball getter might be blocking his route on the left side. I'm not too sure. Right side looks horrible.
Absolutely, and I don't know, can he get behind the 7? 2 rails down the side of the 6? I'm not too sure. No, he's coming through the gap. He's going to just slide past the 4, I think, Graham.
No, he could just go the left side. That made it all the more different. Played it well though.
Yeah, I think Jere will be looking to put him back in a bit of trouble here though. Yeah, I have to see from the main table angle. It's a good view here. He could play.
Yeah, if you go straight in the face, up and down, he is pushing that 2-ball towards the top left corner. I'm wondering if you can avoid the double kiss. Try and play the 2-ball straight up the middle past the 5. I'm not sure if that's on. That's what he's trying. That was what worried me.
Yeah, he was listening to you, Graham, and it was a good call on the double kiss. Always a chance of that there, and a good chance to sell out with a double kiss.
Yeah, he's left this not too bad now. 3 reels for Sanjin, all about pace. And he hasn't got the pace, so that's a bit of a mistake. He had a chance there to come all the way over.
Yeah, and it can be positional shots like that that can make the difference. So is he going to slide off this 2 rails and try and pick a spot behind the 7, or?
Yeah, that was a shot for me.
Oh, he's got a great pace.
What a shot that is. Very well done.
Well, that certainly makes up for falling short on his last shot. Jere is going to have to come up with something special here, I feel. How many rails are you going to call here, Graham?
Yeah, this is really difficult. I mean, if he hits this, this could be escape of the... Well, definitely escape of the day.
Ooh.
Good effort.
It looked like it picked up a little bit of side off that last cushion and was heading towards the 4 then. That was a great effort.
I think if we had foul and a miss, he might get that next time. It was pretty close, but
yeah,
not in 9-ball. Ball in hand, and another chance for Sanjin. He's a little bit short here again. I'm not sure if he can get really close to the 6. He might have to go up and down off 1 rail. We'll see from the main table.
Yeah, just pushing it through the short rail, Graham, and has come down far enough.
Yeah, probably 2 reels here. No, he's even going 1 reel. Didn't want to flirt with going towards the 8 of 2 reels. Fair play, but just nice and simple. This is to give himself a 5-rack lead, and I think he chose the right shot there. It was a bit of a loose one in the shot previously. Rather than push the boat out and go for a bit of an aggressive bank, he opted for, like you said, the 2 reel safe behind the 7, and he executed it fantastically.
That he did, Graham, and 7-2 is getting him closer to the finish line, and we have a few results coming in on the other table. We had the other tables, sorry, rather we had an all Estonian clash between Andrei Petrov, and he's just won against his countryman Christian Kusik. And a couple more results come in. Petri Mäkinen did succeed against Marco Palmieri. And another one to watch out for, I mentioned Konrad, but his countryman Miecko Fortunski has just won 9-3 against Sam Wetzel. So, back to the 1-ball, familiarly going in the middle pocket, Graham, and Sanjin's break is looking good.
Yeah, that was a lovely hit. Bit of a tough starter, but he won't mind too much because it's nice to have a shot, and with the 3-ball being down table, this is just about control. Oh, he's not even going for it. He's trying to keep things absolutely wire tight, but he's played a bit of a loose one there. He'd be fuming inside. He could have went for that, but he decided to really try to put Jere under serious pressure and hook him again. He wanted an easy opportunity. This could be a half chance. Big draw stroke here, Gethin. Drawing above the 3 and back out to the centre table. This will be a great shot. Has he got there? No.
He just didn't get the side off the long rail that he was hoping for, and this is going to be a tricky combo.
Yeah, the cue ball and 3 are pretty close together, and the 4 looks pretty straight as well. It's hard to tell from the angle completely, but if you want to be in a position to play a combo like this, it's not too bad. He could. I don't mind this control wise, because if he gets the combo correct, the 3 ball won't travel too far, so this is worth the risk for me. Pretty straight.
One other thing I just wanted to ask you, Graham, does that 8 go past the 9? I think it does, but
yeah, I think so.
Because I was thinking, if he played this shot that you were talking about, he would leave himself an angle to open it up.
Yeah, I mean, he could even play off the black and still be on the 5 if he didn't feel like it went. But if he avoids it, then I think it does go. Well, it doesn't go, so he's surprised he went into it like that, mind. But it's worked out absolutely perfect. Draw this down the rail, either for the 6 in the side or play it in the long rail. Oh, he's tried to come down. Not sure if he's played this well, Gethin. This could be trouble unless he can just avoid the point. You know, sometimes when you play into the point, the cue ball kind of loses a little bit of its momentum. Not this time, no. But he's got a tough 8 ball.
Yeah, maybe just a little lapse of judgment on that 6, but he made a great pot still.
Yeah, and with the 9 ball in the middle of the table, I mean, he has all 6 pockets really if he catches it fat like that. Oh, where's his cue ball going as well? Yeah.
Oh.
This will be a shot. I don't know how much, with the cloth being still relatively new, even though it's day 9, I'm not sure he can play this with topspin because the cue ball will just stay at the top of the table. So indeed he's going to have to jack up a little bit, put a little bit of a stroke on this. Well, that'll work. That's a 9-foot control shot for you there, Gethin. Very nice.
Yep, that will be good for the feel-good factor, especially as this takes Sanjin Pelivanovic to the hill, and he might not have expected to get to the hill this quickly, in all honesty, and I did not expect Jere to give that up in the last rack. However, 9 ball and its mysterious ways have given Sanjin 1 foot in the door, and ominous signs, Graham. However,
yeah, I think he just maybe miscalculated a little bit on the 6. He might have been trying to come down for the side. It's hard to tell because he was a little bit in between, but that's in the past. It's 8-2, and on the other table, on table 2, Jose Alberto Delgado, he was 5-0 in front. It's now 7-5 against Max Benko. So what a match is going on there on table 2.
it looks like our viewers are being treated on both channels this time. Fantastic. And you will find both streams have commentating, and if you're really enjoying the stream today, please do like, subscribe and share, and thank you for the messages in the chat room. If any questions come through and we have time, I'm sure we'll answer them. However, I'm sure Sanjin will have something to say about that, but right now it's Jere going airbound, Graham.
Yeah, it's just not happening, unfortunately. Everything he's kind of touching just seems to be going a little bit awry. And this could be one good shot away from all she wrote, especially where the 5 ball is. 6, 7 and 8 are all in very open positions, no problems. It's all about this shot really. And what about that? Put it on an absolute sixpence. I think he can still hold this. Just leave a little bit of a longer 5, but that's okay. Just pinch it a little bit. No, he's even running around. He's feeling confident, playing into the line, playing away and through the line. That tells me that he's feeling very good, and well, 8-2, I'm sure he is feeling good. Let his arm go a little bit.
Yes, and these balls are in ideal position for him to navigate around. Flirted with the 9? No, not at all.
Yeah, a little bit excited there. Oh, but that'll work. If he had landed on top of that 8 ball and only had topspin, that would have changed everything. But as it happens, he's got a very nice 3 rail to leave a ball in hand 8 pretty much. Oh, and he's even got a little bit of angle getting, so he can draw this down nicely. And I think this is it. All she wrote.
I think you might be right, Graham. As you said, ball in hand position for the 8 ball, and a deep breath. Yes, we see Sanjin Pelivanovic beating Jere Vitaranta in the winners qualification of the 9 ball by 9 frames to 2, maybe a little bit unfair of a reflection on the performance, but nevertheless a dominating performance from Sanjin, and we see him go through to the last 64. The next match being streamed on this table will be in the next 45 minutes, and I'm Gethin Davis and my colleague Graham Hickman bringing you today's match. Thank you ever so much, and thank you, Graham.
Thank you for clipping the points for us.
European Championships. It's day 9 and we have some 9-ball for you. It's a race to 7, alternate break, 3-point rule is in effect, and as you can see on your screens, Mighty Rapero from Spain is up against the newly crowned European 8-ball champion Jasmine Ouschan from Austria. It's a truly international affair. I'm Mark White from England, but in Thailand, and I'm joined by Tim de Ruyter from the Netherlands. Hi Tim.
Hi Mark, glad to be back and good to hear you again.
Yeah, it seems to have been quite some time, Tim, since we did a match together. I saw you solo earlier on, done a very, very good job actually. Well done. I'm having trouble with 2 of us in the booth, never mind just one.
Well,
so how do you
this
see this one going, Tim?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely a difficult matchup. I feel Rapero is still progressing, still growing her game. Showed up on the scene, I feel like, what is it, 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and really has progressed. Used to play extremely fast, now it's more settled down, pacey. So, you know, she's still improving, and we'll have to see if she can, yeah, make a tough match here for Jasmine.
Yeah, I think she's certainly been improving. I know she's been to America and played a couple of the WPBA events as well, Mighty. So she's done a little bit of travelling. Works very hard on her game. You can often see her live on Facebook running some racks of 9-ball, and I honestly have seen an improvement in her over the last year. I really have. So had a good result in the first round as well. She beat Sarah Rocker, of course, who finished runner-up in the 10-ball, I believe, Tim.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, she lost to Ghaffari in the final. Actually, think she could have won that match, but nonetheless, I mean, she finished second. Congratulations to her. She will be happy in some time. Maybe not yet. Let's see here. Would like to probably bank the 1 ball underneath the 8-9. Trying to have a couple balls in between. That would be the goal. Oh, she tried to go the other way.
Yeah, and if I did have to pick one fault with her, I think it is her safety game needs a little bit more work. She's been working very hard on the, you know, the attacking side, Tim, but I think she just needs a little bit of help with her safety game.
Well, that's to where if her break starts to work, that's usually where you see her take off. But when the break is not working, that's where you usually get these scrappy layouts, tough safety shots. That's where, like you mentioned, she really needs a little bit of work.
Yep, early days, race to 7. Not that long a race, but not too short either. Just about right, I think, Tim, for this particular event. Alternate break as well. Always a nice format for me.
Oh, this is gonna work out.
She's had a huge roll there. Oh, played it much too hard. Slightly caught the wrong angle, but she's got away with it.
Yeah, I think she's going to look for, I think either left side hit on the 1 or the right side hit on the 1 could give good results. Just a matter of if you can flick either side, get the distance in. She's got it a little bit fuller. Still not horrible, but as you could see, the 7 and the 6 were close to be in between.
What are you playing here, Tim?
I'll probably has to play the 1 to the bottom short rail. Probably get a glue to the 2nd diamond, right in the middle of the short rail. Bring the cue ball up table.
Just like that.
Yeah, this is a good shot. The only thing that could be favoring Jasmine is I think there might be a window to still play the kick and stick on the one. Well, no kick and stick. Through the 6-7, she's going over the right side. Quite the tactical frame this has turned into. Ooh!
Can sometimes scratch off the back of those, can't you, Tim? We've seen that a few times, but it's worked out very, very well. She's got a great teacher. Jasmine has. Her brother Albin has been helping her with her safety game. It's no secret.
Well, with her knowledge, her experience, and then now she's still learning about the game itself, she does have a huge grind. So even when she's struggling, she's still managing to hang in there with world's best players. So that is really tough to do. The only thing that really can hold Jasmine back is either her shot making at times, when she, I mean, you get tough shots at times and sometimes you make them, sometimes you don't, or your opponent basically has to break a run over and over, because she'll find a way to get games on the board.
Yeah, hard to believe. She's almost 40 years old now. Seems to have not been around that long, although I know she has. It may sound a little bit crazy, but she's been playing top class pool team for so long now, hasn't she?
Yes, that is correct. An interesting choice. Messed up the shape on the 2 and was trying to get the cue ball near the 6. I think there's a small window. Even if you catch the 2 ball full, there's a good safety option to leave the opposite sides. The split, 2 ball to the left, cue ball to the right. What has she played there?
You know, she's playing a swerve and she's pushed the cue ball straight into the intervening ball. I think she's just playing a little bit quick at the moment. If I was her coach now, I'd be saying just calm down, slow down. It has been her problem for some time now, where she's just maybe rushed shots, but she does look a little bit nervous, Tim. Big occasion. First rack, can be expected.
Yeah, and don't forget the mixture between playing on the outside tables that do not have a shot clock and then to play on this table that has a shot clock. You can say, well, they have practiced so often with the shot clock, but it's the swapping over from conditions that can make it tough too. So maybe she really has to settle down for a couple games to find the right pace around the table with the shot clock. Let's see if she runs into the 6-7 to create a little bit more spread, or no, she just took the table as it comes.
She was trying, Tim. She pointed to the 6 ball there as if to say, I missed it.
Well, I think she's still okay to cut the 5 ball in mark and leave the 6 to the bottom left, so it's not horrible, but yeah, not comfortable either. Oh, she's hit it so thin and she didn't really do anything with the cue ball. She lost the shape. Cannot expect her to go aggressive again. She might just play the safety. Like I mentioned earlier, the split, 6 ball to the left long rail, cue ball to the other long rail, the 9 in between. Just no future in making the ball either left or right corner. Okay, she's going for more distance, leaving 8-9 and the 7 in between. The only tricky part about this shot is most of the time you do leave one rail escape to where some people will kick the 6 in. Even you could play with some messe too, messe into it. If you make it, you're kinda guaranteed on the 7. Oh, so close.
Yeah, very good effort that. Not far away at all. Eight will go in the side if it doesn't go in the corner. From Mallorca. Loves to do a bit of surfing as well, Mighty. Good angle on this Tim, can go where she wants. Go into them if necessary. Does go in the side pocket though.
Well, really depends. If the 8 goes to the bottom left, she could go with just top left spin, one rail around the 8-9. Could leave to the center like you said, that's what she has done. So the options were there. Probably just chose to not move the cue ball as much.
So a bit of a scrappy first rack. Lots of safety as well. All stemmed from that dry break from Mighty. It will be Jasmine breaking next. And over on table 2 for your enjoyment, Valeria is up against Anna Godisnik on the Pro Billiard YouTube channel. Go and check that out. Playing with a tap table here, guys. No racks or templates needed. So let's have a look at this break from Jasmine. She is known for having one of the bigger breaks in the women's game. 3-point rule, remember. Point for every ball down, point for every ball past the head string. You must make a total of 3.
Well, she's made 1 in the corner. The 1 ball usually could go in the side pocket as well. Caught the side pocket point. Moved back over, and possibly a 1-9 combination would be a very quick win in the second rack.
I think she has to go for it, Tim. Nothing else doing, no easy safety. Very makeable, isn't it?
She could play it as a 2-way as well, to where the 1 might go off the 9 in the bottom left. And just make sure you bring the cue ball back up table to where you will always see the 2.
Just mind the scratch though in the side if you're playing that. But she's not, she's going forwards. Well, she went all in. Scratching head time. What went wrong there?
Yeah, just actually surprised she really did not do much with the cue ball. She knew the 1 was going towards that corner and the cue ball was always going to sell out the 1 ball. And I would always like to protect myself a little bit from selling out. And especially in this match too, like Jasmine will settle down probably a little bit better than Maite or Roberto. And if she gets plenty of opportunities, then Roberto will start to find some rhythm. And then we could be in for a tight match. So for Jasmine, she just got to make sure things stay tight and to withhold Roberto from getting a stroke.
Gotta keep it tight. Gotta keep it tight. It's a while since I've hit you with that one, Tim. good chance to show what she's got here. Overran this slightly, well, by quite some distance actually, and that'll be the table conditions. Hasn't played on here before.
Yeah, difficult position, as you can see, very awkward queuing. She still went for the cut.
Oh,
That's what I meant. Like, she really likes to stick with the aggressive game because she knows that's her strength. But I wasn't expecting her to cut that in. Nice shot indeed. Needs another one here though.
Fundamentally, Tim, I think she's pretty solid, to be honest. Maybe just the game in the head sometimes. This is one of those awkward positions. Once again though, found a great path for the cue ball. Start off the side route, the 8 into the side.
Yeah, just some low left to play the 8 in the center. Would be good to see. Oh, she's missed the 7? Really?
Well, quick stroke, I thought. A little bit anxious, maybe. Still not settled in, although those first 3 shots should have settled her down. Especially the cut on the 4, then the great 5.
I just feel like she wasn't too sure whether to play the cue ball to the left or the right on the 8. Like, I feel there was some doubt. The stroke at the end, the way she struck the ball, really showed me some doubt. So, yeah, just very interesting. Never expected her to miss that 7 ball. And yeah, for Jasmine, just easy steal, I would say. I mean, she's straight on the 8 and she's going to be straight on the 9.
Yeah, and how will that affect Mighty going forwards, and how will it affect the match as a whole? Because it should be 1-1 now, but it's going to be 2-0, Tim. Tough going.
Oh, she caught the break slightly thin. Try break. She left a shot on the 1 ball. She has not, so that's the only good news I could bring to Mighty, basically, on this one. Yeah, this cut break is tricky. You can hit it that thin, but then you will have to break them with a lot of force or stroke in order to still make a ball. Most of the players, they catch the break like pretty full, 80-90%, sending it pretty high into the long rail. Just kind of depending on how firm you can strike the ball or how clean your stroke is.
I think she's just trying to hit it a little bit too hard at the moment, Tim, and losing that accuracy. I don't think she's trying to cut it that thin.
Well, I like what Jasmine tried, but it was really tough to get the cue ball still to be behind the 2. And yeah, good shot there. This is a nice return. Could have played it the soft way, bringing the 1 to the bottom short rail and glue the cue ball with the 4. She tried to go a little bit more distance, but most of the time you'll leave at least a jump, so guaranteed hit for Jasmine. And let's see if she can bank the 1 ball right over, or maybe a straight back jump bank to the bottom right. Oh, she has maybe off the 3. Look at this 1 ball, look at this 1 ball. Wow, what a fluke. I mean, she put her hand up saying sorry, oopsie. So I think it's fair to say that was a huge, massive roll.
Yeah, an understatement.
Well, now suddenly this has turned into a chance. She can... Okay, interesting. I was expecting her to cut the 2 ball in. She opted to freeze the cue ball with the 5, and probably Jasmine told herself before the match, okay, let's just stay patient, play good defense because I have plenty of knowledge in that, and make sure my opponent is uncomfortable at the table. Because if, let's say she cuts the 2 and she leaves the 2 hanging over the corner, Mighty might actually get comfortable and get going. So different kind of strategy. Well, that's quite a special hit actually. Really thin and caromed off the 8 to pretty difficult position to hit the 2 ball. Only 1 real escape possible.
Well, when Jasmine turned that 2 ball down, Tim, I think she was thinking, right, let's get ball in hand. Unfortunately, she's given ball in hand to her opponent. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate to scratch off the 2 ball like she did, but had to hit the other side of the 2 ball as well, so slightly off on the kick. And I have to say, for ball in hand, Maite is already starting. I don't understand why she's played the 2 ball like that. She could have played the 2 in the left center and followed the cue ball to where it's guaranteed to be on the 3. All the area she has traveled from the 2 to the 3 ball, she would have been hooked on the 3. So yeah, not too sure about her shot selection with the ball in hand. But good hit. Nice kick and stick. Jump cue will be out. Jasmine will guaranteed go for this 3 ball in the corner.
Of course, 4 ball out in the open. Easy combo on the 8 as well. So big reward for making this. Jumping Jasmine.
Well, also this has worked out. I mean, it's really not that much of a chance for Maite unless she goes really aggressive to shoot the 3 into the 9 and to play the carom on the 8 to get the shape. But that's also, you could lose control on the 3.
You never know though. That 9 ball moving as well. Worth a go, Tim. If she'd have hit that harder, that 9 was on its way to the top corner. I thought it was lined up going that way. worked out okay though.
Yeah, she is on the 3-ball. And I have to say, it would be nice to see her get this game. I've had too many matches already where there were big leads and players struggling big time, so it would be nice to see a battle at the table today. Well, she has lost the cue ball quite a bit. Not even sure if that 5 goes to the bottom right. Yeah, tried to get the cover behind the 7-6, didn't get it. There is a cut on the 5, 2-row shape on the 6. She gotta go here. Yeah, great shape. And now a chance to get a bigger gap actually in this corner. Oh, look at that cue ball. Look at that go. Oh, and this is awkward. Just because she has to cut the 7, run the cue ball now probably 2 rails to the 9. She cannot really elevate because, as you see, the side pocket point is right there. So it's either play this really soft or go twice long rail. Yeah, she's missed it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a mistake on that 6-ball. How could she lose the cue ball? That's insane, basically.
Yeah, second 7-ball we've seen missed into that corner. Mighty missed one earlier. And she hasn't left anything easy. Does this cut back, Tim?
Yeah, I do believe it does cut in the corner, but same thing like on the last shot. The shape on the 9 will be tough. The cue ball is tracking long rail. You have to get it back, so either you play low right, but then the scratch is on. If you go forward, not so much future, so you can cut this in to play a bank on the 9, but she's playing safe, I believe. Yeah. Super sensitive shot. I think she's... yeah. She has left this possibly on in the side pocket. Thin cut, but I think it cuts.
Cue ball running wild. Maybe round 2 rails. Going close to where it is now.
Yeah, I wouldn't really focus too much on the cue ball. Just make the ball. No, she was not able to make it, and she was leaving the cue ball near the short rail, or trying to. Was wondering if she had played at just more speed, the 7 would probably go near the short rail, so that would have been a different option. So straight in on the 7 for Maite.
Touched up. Nice stroke. So they've both given 1 rack each away, and it's both been down to the 7-ball, Tim. Nicely done. Should feel a whole lot better now, Mighty. I'm sure her wife and daughter are watching back home, Mighty. I know they travel a lot together. I'm not sure if they are there now. I don't know if you know, Tim, or not, whether they did travel with Mighty or whether they're back home in sunny Mallorca.
Yeah, I wouldn't really know, as we're both doing commentary from home and I haven't really seen any stories like them traveling together, so I'm not too sure. And again, a thinner break. Cue ball tracking towards the second diamond, making the one in the side, but no future on the 2-ball for Jasmine.
Cue ball somewhere up by the 6 or 7, leaving a little nibble at the 2-ball for Mighty. Maybe just to the right of the 7, Tim. Where would you be pushing to?
I would probably push to the top right corner, I think, but I feel like most of the positions where you push to are leaving, well, pretty decent safety opportunities as well. So yeah, you will most likely come back to the table hooked. Not much you can do about it. Oh, she's missed the 2-ball completely. Wow. That was really not the toughest of hits, Mark. And let's see if she goes for the run out. She could go for a 2-9 combination here. Maybe, well, I mean, could go. She hasn't really been running out much.
Just what she needs though, isn't it? A run out now to Tim. Level things up and it's like a fresh start after that bad first rack.
Yeah, let's see. Still has to get to the bottom side of the 5. Getting too high on the 5-ball, you might not be able to stay away from the 8.
Time.
Yeah, did have a slight angle into the rail, so she did land a little higher on the 5. Can she still go forward 2 rails without running into the 8? I don't think so. And running into the 8, that could be real bad news. I don't think she's gonna be close to the 6 unless she plays with low left and really can draw the cue ball out to the left side of the 6-ball. Oh, big cut.
Giving herself a shot.
Yeah, and she's definitely all in on this. I mean, some players would start to consider maybe not shooting it, but she is going all in on it. Taking her time. One more good shot. Cue ball 4 rails shape on the 7.
Yeah, well done.
Let's see. Actually, the only option I really see here is a bank on into the 9. But that's quite aggressive. I just don't think there's so much more to do. Unless she wants to play really defensive and push the 7 to the left long rail and the cue ball to the other. The split. But she has played the bank. Did not make it. Look at the 7 and the 8 is near.
Yeah, she got away with missing that 7 ball that time, Mighty. Left Jasmine no other opportunity rather other than going for the bank or the combo on the 9. Can she finish the job? Oh, little wobble. Caught it thick, that's why the cue ball stopped. This is a lot straighter than she wanted. Might just have to take a medicine here. Just a slight draw shot.
Yeah, managed to move the cue ball out just slightly.
Just have to watch the scratch here, team, don't you? If she goes forwards. Saw Dennis Grabe scratch on one of these in the Maldives. Played it with some inside and ended up in the corner pocket. That was to win the match. Ended up going heel from about 8-2, I think it was. That was to win the match for Dennis. Went on to win the Las Vegas Open, of course, as well. Quite a good year for Dennis. So,
well, he
back
has
to
also
where we were,
been
Tim.
He has been knocking on the door for a while too, so definitely was about time. Okay, so let's see. She is going. Let's say the cue ball will have to go. What is it? To like 2.5 diamonds on the right long rail ish. 2.5 diamonds, maybe third diamond. Yeah, just like that.
That's
2
better.
balls in. Oh, just the 3 ball going right in between.
Would you consider the rail first here, Tim?
I think so, but yeah, it's either I go completely aggressive and go for it, or I just push out to maybe a jump or something.
Maybe behind the 4.
Well, she certainly is looking at a kick on the 2. No, she's pushing to probably a little better position to play that shot. But I just feel like making the 2 ball is not a problem, but the shape is not that easy at all. Okay, let's see. Difficult shot. We'll have to go 2 rails over the bottom short rail. Don't think there's anything over the long rail, 1 rail. She's looking at going over the top 2 rails.
I like this. Might make it in the side. What would Albin do? Not what would Efren do. What would Albin do?
Yeah, gotta say, to kick it over the bottom short rail, long rail, probably a little higher percentage to hit the 2, but not to make the 2. I think if you're trying to make the 2, you should go over this side. She went 3 rails, and I mean, it's not really a sellout. I mean, she's going to be hooked probably after this, but not an instant sellout at least.
Well, it's exactly where she pointed her cue to, Tim. Hit it absolutely perfect. Maybe just a little bit hard, if anything.
Time.
Also looks to me like she enjoys the safety side of the game as well.
Well, she's had enough of playing safe. She's going aggressive here though.
Unlucky.
Yeah, felt like if she shot the 2 full into the 4, it would carry off the 4 on the side, but she found just the right amount of cut off the 4 to still hit the side pocket point, and left an open shot on this 2 ball for Ropero.
I was just looking at Jasmine's jump cue there. Right where the cue breaks, where it unscrews, it's like she's got some kind of wrap on the end of the white part of that cue. Maybe the camera can pick that up at some stage. We can have a look at that.
Well, maybe she holds her jump cue a little shorter than most of the players do, and she needed a little bit more grip. Could be one of the options. But
Yeah,
good shout. Didn't really see that, so now I'm curious.
it's definitely something wrapped around the part where you take the end bit off, Tim, to make it a shorter jump stick. It's like there's some kind of little grip.
Well, I have
Very
to
quick
say,
pace around the table.
with Jasmine having an early lead 2-0, this is starting to look like Maite is slowly crawling back into this match, and maybe, if she runs out here, getting her first lead on the board, so that would be a little bit of a surprise, because from the beginning Jasmine was definitely looking to dominate the match.
Yeah, not much of an angle here to have to play a straight draw shot. Needs to get the cue right the way through. Yeah, and a little snatch there you could see. Lots of body movement as well. Through the body into getting the draw shot. You have to keep still. Deliver the cue through low, smooth, accelerate through. Keep the head down. So a chance for Mighty there. Goes begging. It will be Jasmine who retakes the lead, and well, I think she'll be relieved too, Tim, don't you?
Yeah, I think so too, because like I just said, it could have easily went Maite's way, or yeah, I keep saying Maite, Maria's way or Roberto's way. That's why probably Jasmine said, you know, let me take a timeout. Let's refocus, regroup, because she's got to be a little sharper. If Roberto actually plays just slightly better, she would have been ahead all match, so time to step it up.
Yeah, Jasmine has taken a 5-minute timeout, so we'll do exactly the same. Tim de Ruyter and myself, Mark White, will be back as soon as Jasmine's back. See you soon, guys. Jo is back. MW's back. So is TDR, Tim de Ruyter, in the booth with me, Mark White. Jasmine racking then. 3-2 up. Alternate break. 3-point rule is in operation. Neither of these ladies have got the break working just yet. Jasmine hoping to put that right now.
Yeah, this time did hit the right spot on the break, but just not the right combination of spin and speed, I believe so. Did have great cue ball control as well on the break, just nothing going down. Shape on the 1, 2 is going to that bottom right corner, and the 3 ball is next to it, so possible chance. And will we see, I believe, our first run out? And I think the answer might be no. I don't think she's on the 2, especially if you look at her facial expressions. I'm doubting if she even can get to the 2 ball.
It was just a speed issue, wasn't it? Just overran the cue ball.
Okay, nice shot there. A little bit
Yeah,
unfortunate to
good
leave the window, but overall, definitely good cue ball play there.
Nice strike from tight under the rail, but this is a chance for Mighty Reparo.
Yeah, difficult long shot though, and everybody would want to put a little bit of a stroke on there, not to baby this ball in. Makes it a lot tougher, so
Time.
let's see what she plays kind of shape on the 3. Can she still draw low? Yeah, low left, okay. Landed straight on the 3 ball. So will not be straighter on the 4, we'll have to take some cut. And especially the shape from 5 to 6 could give us some problem later on.
Time. Extension.
All the nerves are certainly there because she's taking quite some time to cut this 4 ball in. Can go straight over to the 5 in the left center.
Needs to stun past the 8 ball.
Yeah, every time that cue ball just goes slightly too far or too short. Could still cut this in with top spin off the 9, but she's playing safe behind the 9 ball. Probably a safer option, but with her offensive play, I wouldn't be too shy to shoot. Oh. Oh dear.
I think she's just a little bit tentative, Tim, in the shots that she's playing, the way she's playing them. It's kind of just, you know, making the ball. So this will be a 2-rack lead if she can make the 7, 8, 9. Overrun it. It's going to have to use some rails. Or can she just drop it in? Yeah, just drop it in. I thought it was a little bit
take the
more
medicine.
thin than that.
Well, she just took her time out to come back fresh. She has done, or at least the purpose worked. She's won the next game and got a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, just wondering if Mighty might think about just leaving the arena, go to the bathroom, splash a bit of water over the face, a few deep breaths, come back fresh. I think if she loses this rack she might, Tim. Still not had a run out, which is unbelievable considering the two players that we're watching.
Yeah, they really just seem to not get going, and also losing the cue ball a bit here and there. Then sometimes the layouts are a little bit scrappy, so it's a mix of a lot of things. And now she's caught the break on the other side of the 1 ball, so that's also a little bit surprising.
Well, I was watching another Spaniard just before this match. I believe you were commentating on it, Tim. Jose Alberto Delgado beat Max Benko, I believe.
Yep, 9-6.
He's a good player, isn't he, this Max Benko?
Yeah, still has a lot to learn, but also gives him a great opportunity to become a real good player. Made a great comeback. I believe he was like 6-1, 7-2 down. Came all the way back to 7-6 and should have made 8-7. So there were a couple loose ends, but yeah, promising for the future.
Yeah, I remember he missed a 5 ball in the side. He was practicing it afterwards as well, wasn't he? That's a good stroke. Where's the cue ball though? That's always on, isn't it? That shot, always on.
Well, just surprised that happened, honestly. I thought she was just going to tap the ball in and take the long 3 ball from the cue ball near the bottom left corner. She needed the angle anyways to get from the 3 to the 4, so really trying to get super close and cute, but wasn't really necessary, I believe so.
This is a table you feel she has to run now. Maybe a bit straight. Just roll forwards, leave her cut into the side on a 6. Could draw all the way back. Somewhere near the 8. That's another option, but she's going forwards.
Yeah, just gotta make sure to stay off the rail. Like, you don't want to be frozen shooting this 6 to the center. She's taking a little bit more time to make sure she's right on this, so should be fine.
Oh, she had plenty of angle. Played that nice, Tim. Can play it in the corner as well if she wants.
Yeah, the pocket would play a little bigger for the 6 ball. But I'll have to be more precise aiming than to shoot the 6 in the side, I guess.
Well, I've just read in the chat that it's sports tape around Jasmine's cue. So thanks for that.
That barely dropped. Wow. I thought she had missed another 7 ball. That would have been insane.
It kind of looked like tennis racket grip to me on Jasmine's cue. I wish we could get a picture of that. Played that one nice though, Tim. So she's taken these last few balls very, very well. After that scratch from Jasmine on that, well, shall we say, slightly adventurous positional shot, trying to get to the 3 from the 2, Tim. Cost of the rack.
Yeah, now score 4-3. Still a long way to go, basically halfway in this race to 7. Believe the winner qualifies for the last 16, but I'm not too sure, so we can find out. If you want more brackets or scores or information, get to epbf.com. Everything is on there, every discipline. We have the wheelchair, under 23, women and men obviously on there. So yeah, everything you want to know, participant list, draws and results, live scoring, it's all there. And they do qualify to the last 32 players, so this is to qualify for that.
Good break there, Tim. I think she's on the 1, although she's shaking her head. Well, she is on it.
Yeah, this.
What doesn't she like?
Well, it's mainly just such a meaningless position, this 1 ball. Like, yeah, you can make the 1. To get to the 4 ball, it's like you have to pull off such a crazy stroke again, even though you just made 3 balls on the break. So she might have to cross over and play safety on the 4. Or is she going with stun left? But that's such a tough shot. Can she get to the center of the table, take a cut on the 4? No, she's playing the safe on the 4. There was really no future on getting on the 4 ball. That's why she shook her head.
I knew you were the man to ask.
Well, didn't freeze up on the 9. So there is a 1 railer available, but difficult to get cover with only 5 balls on the table. Always tricky. Expecting her not to play this too soft. Gets really sensitive on the newer cloth. And she's missed it.
Yeah, I think her kicking needs some work. Maybe a few lessons with Alex Laley. What about that as a suggestion, Tim?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of the best coaches on the planet. I think anybody could need some lessons. Very innovative, comes up with a lot of solutions all the time, so let's see here, slight angle on the 7. Not too sure if she has something comfortable to get straight enough on the 8. Might have to go for center of the table and more cut on the 8 and go back and forth.
Done well there. Can hold this now. And now a pep in the step of Jasmine Ouschan. It was the safety that did the damage, Tim, behind the 9 ball after taking on that 1 ball, and as you suggested, play the safety, and it paid the dividends. 5-3, the lead then. Now needs to sort this break out. Wants to hit almost full on the 1 ball, maybe 10% less.
Oh, caught it a little bit too full this time.
Yeah, she's trying to put too much into it, Tim, I think. Jumping up, cue bending on the table. Anna Godisnik is on the hill 6-4 up against Valeri.
Well, push out to the right long rail. I'm not too sure, is she going to leave an open shot on the 1? No. I was gonna say that would have been surprising. Now you might be able to shoot the 1 off the 2 in the top right corner. Very aggressive shot, but is a possibility.
Time.
Yeah, nice idea. I think she has the hook. Inner Kaplan has gone through 7-0.
Yeah, almost made a 2 ball and hooked herself, Ropero, but she does have the cover on the 1. The 8 right in between, taking out the jump cue option. So 1 rail right into it. Oh, 3 rails. Eats a rail. Eats a rail. I don't think that's what she was trying to do, but can't complain.
Well, here's a score for you, Tim. I'll try and get it correct. I'll be surprised if I do. Veselowska 5, Zalewska 5.
Well, that wasn't too bad, right?
It's kind
I
of
didn't
okay.
think it was too bad. Okay, well, she did cut that 1 in. ran into the 2 but lost the cue ball again. I think this is a very difficult shot to shoot in the top left and play the shape on the 3. Kinda have to go for it, but surely missable. And also you might sell out if you do not make it, but
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Wow, stroked it home. Now that's the stroke team I'm talking about.
Yeah, it did land straight on the 3 ball, so not sure how to get on the 4 unless she takes more of a cut like where the cue ball is now. Yeah, probably the best she could have done. Not an easy 4 ball by any means, and I'm saying this because the cue ball will have to run in between the 6 and 9 and come back out. If you bump any of the balls, you could potentially not get shape right after, and well, the 5 might be blocking a little bit.
That's a shame.
As you see the shake on the head, she's not on it, called her extension. I'm thinking maybe to go little massé and try to cut it in, but she's already fouled earlier on one of those swerve shots, so expecting her not to play it. Rail first, from this angle you're most likely to catch the 5 so full, so she's kicking the 5 up table 2 rails.
Needs good length on the 5. Wow, it's cuttable.
Extension.
Needs a big bounce.
Surprised that it looks like she only focused on making the ball and really the speed didn't matter so much. Like, she's got a little bit tough here. Don't think she can follow on the 6. Can she?
She can. She plays it to the top left. Cue ball hitting just after the side pocket. What a shot that is, Tim.
Yeah, very big shot on the 6. And kind of looks like this is quite the cut, but I've seen a lot of players play this, so probably looks worse than it is. Cue ball will run around the table to play the 8 in the right center, I think.
The Predator pure chalk. Soft, medium or hard. How do you like yours, Tim? Soft, medium or hard?
Well, I gotta say I only have tried soft, but I'm very happy with it. I have nice grip and no mess on the table or on the ball. So I'm happy.
If you're happy, I'm happy. And Jasmine is going to be happy as well, because this is going to put her on the hill. Still no break and run or reverse dish, Tim. Unbelievable, isn't it? Just the way the balls have been going, I guess.
Yeah, I
About
cannot
break and run
believe
to
it either.
finish.
It really has become a big struggle, and well, still she's doing a good job trying to play herself through it, but sometimes mentally that can be so draining too.
So this for a place in the last 32.
Well, a lot of spin on that cue ball. That will be spinning for a little while.
Start the clock.
Caught the break. Caught the break. Obviously too thick, as you could see. Stopped the cue ball right there. Parked it where the where the 1 ball was racked. So last call for the Spaniard. Needs to run out and get something on the break. No more time to waste.
Yeah, too quick on the stroke there. Really, really quick forward stroke of the cue. She knows. I don't know what she just said to herself in Spanish. Do you read Spanish, Tim? Or is not that in your toolkit?
Well, there is a slight word of Spanish in my system, but I will not be able to lip read Spanish. That might be too much.
Well, mistake by Jasmine this time. So it's a chance for Mighty. See that griplet, Tim? I just missed it.
Yeah, we've been trying so hard to get a view on that grip of the jump cue, but they just wouldn't want to share it with us. Uh-oh. Right behind the 4. Well, she might be going aggressive here to make the 7 mark, because at some point you kind of have to do something. You have to create something or make something happen. You cannot just play safe forever.
Well, that could be her last shot on the winner's side.
Well, she has moved over the 8 by accident. A little bit towards the 3, so the shape on the 3 ball is a little tougher. But if Jasmine can make sure she crosses over to the left long rail. Oh, what has she done there? Why did she not just cross over straight away? Well, I have a feeling she'll be going for this though. No, oh no, she's playing with draw to kill the cue ball off the 3 behind the 8. And trying to get
pace.
the cover. No, and I don't think the 6 is in the way. Now then, the 3, 4 and 5 will be played in the centers. This is really not so horrible for Ropero. She needs to get out here. Or, well, maybe it's tricky actually on the 3 ball as there's a referee, so might be close to a foul actually.
So much so, she couldn't make it. Surely now, Tim, this is the chance to wrap this match up.
Yeah, 5 in the side will be as straight as possible on the 6. 7 is hanging, and the 8 in the side to get to the 9 in the bottom. So, yeah, the only thing, maybe miss the 6 ball from here, but she's dead straight in. So, I think this will be the finish, the closing of the match. You would assume so. Not the best match we've seen this 9 days, but I mean, it's also such a grind, so many tournaments, so many matches. Cannot always play well, and still you gotta win the matches, so.
Well, this 8 ball and 9 ball to put Jasmine into the last 32. Mighty Ropero will have to lick her wounds. Maybe have a watch back of this, Tim, and see where it went wrong. Kind of all the way back to the first rack when she missed that 7. That kind of set the precedent. Still not made though, this 9 ball. Sunday's missed. But not this time. So Jasmine Ouschan goes through to the last 32. Mighty Ropero is going to have to fight her way through the scenic route. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Still 2 matches to come tonight on Pro Billiard TV. Thanks to Tim de Ruyter and myself, Mark White. We'll see you on the next match. Ta-da for now.
expensive.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Not at that age yet. Good. Just a bit exhausted, but
Yeah, don't blink. What about
just yeah.
me as well?
Karim is expensive.
Yeah.
Soy
Yes.
tu secretaria, ¿sí? ¿Cómo se dice español?
¿Secretaria?
Soy tu secretaria. I'm your sister. Background. Gracias.
Nada.
I'm signing a rush white with logo in red for Indonesia. For Bali. Good colors.
Yeah, I know. And Vincent said.
You need to change it. Are they gonna? Are you scheduled to change it?
Well, Alvin now asked them to send us the legacy one.
Oh, the case.
The leather
It's
one.
heavy, but yeah,
it's just
for social media.
But just for now, because I told Vincent, I said, just let me know as soon as you have something coming out that you want to do. Because he said right now it doesn't know. In JP.
No, just the breakthroughs at the end of the year.
Yeah,
Like
he said new
the
colors. He
orange,
showed me
the
some cute-
green, or
like a beige kind of. Like a look. One color he showed me looked very nice too. Not as flashy, but
purple and gold.
he showed me other colors and he said there's more to come, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I don't think there's anything that's flashy. All the ones I've seen are flashy. The beige stuff I'm doing for that's for the invitation table.
Yeah, no, as soon as you have something for me,
Yeah, I do.
I might just have the legacy to see what you want to do. Alvin is someone who's always like, yeah, what's the difference? So he texts me and says, oh, by the way, I asked him to send us two people. And I'm like, we both like it, right? Sometimes we're so similar. And so yeah. The only thing that we have to do to really figure out I just paid €1,000. Those packages from you guys. FedEx and the customs coming in.
VAT. What value do they put? How do they come up with
Well, the problem is, of course, they always have a commercial invoice, which is not an issue, but customs, they make 2 clicks and they can see exactly what that cost online. So it doesn't matter, but for example, the one package where they send us the right cues and stuff, it was, I think, €500 in customs. And now, the tariff and stuff, so I said to she just, we figured out a way to get back on,
Yeah.
like that, so it's within your company first, and then it's just within your company. Otherwise, it's just
Yeah, I think so. I think Rickman will make more sense.
yeah,
Maybe it's a couple
probably
days.
easier too, because you're spending a lot of money just for customs.
You talked to him already? You told him already?
Yeah, I said to them, we're gonna figure out something. I mean, they're gonna send the cases now to Alvin. So, see, I paid the customs for Alvin now for like, just because it was on my name. And of course, you know,
Nice to be a big sister.
yeah. And I said to Richie, it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense to send 2 packages. That's just stupid. But
Do you charge him extra?
I said to him, I said, you're gonna pay that one now. But yeah. And then, how is it with you guys? Are you crazy as a company, or it's just crazy?
It's crazy, but
Every day you turn on TV, you're like, what?
you know, it's great. It's great for news. He generates a lot of content for the news outlet. So the New York Times, whatever party you're in, the newscast just having a blast. Between him and Elon Musk. Musk
The
was,
thing is kind of